Sid Woodlord or Mrs. Lord, teacher from 6A. Today I'm going to talk to you about how our classroom operate. All classroom open at 8:50. This is for students to come in to get themselves organized for the day and doing some mindfulness activity. So we start the day with a circle time question and focused children will have conversation with us, the teachers. We will talk to the focused children about their personal goal for the day and we will give them feedback throughout the day as well. Students will be in clinic groups for English, Maths and Inquiry. This is for us teachers to target different, share their learning as well to their own needs. There will be also wellbeing education incorporated through Healthy Habits and Happy Kids program. Students will be participating in different specialist and sport programs throughout the week as well. Here are some of the day-to-day reminders. Lunches, we really encourage students to bring in new food. Any plastic wrappers will be sent home in their lunch boxes. There is a sustainability officer representing each classes that will be counting the new food for the day. Drink bottle is essential because we do not encourage students to use the drinking tap due to COVID safety. We want them to bring their own water bottle label and they should be only bringing water, especially during the summertime. Absent, please let the office know via the phone on the screen or just send the office a text message so that they're aware while your child is absent and we will be aware of it as well as teachers. Uniform expectations, black plain shoes, plain white or black socks, school hats, full uniform jacket in winter time. They're allowed to wear it to and from school, but not during school hours. Please ensure you label or your child label everything. Here are the uniform expectations. They are the summer uniform expectations and they are the winter uniform options as well that your child can wear. We do a weekly uniform check in the grade 6s and then we'll hand up a uniform notice if your child is out of uniform unless they have a notice written by you, or you can send a message email to the school or the teachers with a reason while they are out of uniform. That is all from me.
Hi everybody, I'm Dean Jarvie or Mr. Jarvie, teacher of 6C. I'm going to quickly talk to you today about homework and BYD devices that we use at school. So for homework to start with, basically all the grade 6 classes are completing homework in term 1. We'll give them printed copies each week. They'll have a maths sheet and an English sheet each week. Homework is designed to not be ridiculously hard, but more to help the kids focus in an organisational way. There also might be some extra tasks that might focus on the learning intentions that we are looking at in class. So this term, they've had some extra work focusing on mental health and physical health and wellbeing. So homework will be available for the kids on Friday and due the following Thursday. So they should have ample time to get it completed. And it would be appreciated if you can help your child develop a regular homework routine and sign off on their work weekly. So this is an example of the sheet. So where parents can sign, and it shows the 4 different components up to week 7, and there's just maths, English and reading available for weeks 8, 9, 10, 11 this term. It also really helps the children get organised for secondary school if they can get into a good routine. So it's probably worth a conversation to have at home, how you can have a healthy homework routine. Now for BYDs, students really do need their own set of headphones. You can purchase them from the office. I believe they're only $10 or so, or they can bring their own pair. They must bring their BYD to school daily and have them fully charged. Often the students think it's okay to bring them at 60%, 70%, 30%. That is not okay. They need to come to school fully charged. The charge does not last very long and often has trouble getting through the full school day. So that is something to be mindful of. They must take responsibility for their equipment, have all items named. So that includes all loose items like mouses, headphones, styluses and whatnot. And during the school day, we'll do our best to incorporate the BYDs into our daily schedule so that, we are using the devices. And it'll be a combination of learning with the technology as well as using their books. So often they might use their device to do some research, and then they would use their books to write down their findings. Please, just some other notices regarding the BYDs. Please make sure your child does not have too many programs installed on the BYD. Games and whatnot can slow down the computers. And it's really important that if there's any issues with them, that you communicate with the school. Be aware of the age restrictions of using certain programs, especially things like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Discord for that matter, because it says you must be 13 to have any of these. So check the terms and service, please. Non-BYD students during the school day won't be affected. They still have access to computers on site at school. All students have taken responsibility for their actions by signing the ICT user agreement. So things like not bringing their laptops fully charged to school and not using them properly would be breaking the agreement. So that is something they need to be mindful of. And if you'd like more information about cyber safety and responsible technology use, this link down the bottom is to a website called the government. It's the E-Safety Commissioner. It's a great website, and it often tells you about age restrictions of different programs and if there's any issues with cyberbullying or safety and whatnot. So I hope that was informative for you guys, and I will talk to you soon.
Hi everyone, my name's Liam Flanagan and I'm one of the teachers in 6B, and I'm going to be talking to you about our expectations of students. So one of our expectations is that students attend school on time, prepared and ready to learn. And this also comes into account when students are returning from breaks after recess and lunch. Being on time and prepared and ready to learn means that we have as few disruptions as possible, and it maximizes students' learning time, which is obviously a very positive thing. We expect all of the students in Year 6 to just demonstrate appropriate behaviours at all times, both within our classrooms and in the schoolyard. As part of that, and as part of being a Year 6 student, we expect all of the Year 6s to be responsible leaders within our school, whether they wear a badge or not. And part of that is being a positive role model for the younger students. We expect students to complete all of their learning tasks at school and at home to the best of their ability. And when it comes to homework, we would like them to make sure that they're handing it in on time. Part of the homework requirements, as were discussed earlier, is making sure that they have their diaries filled out and signed by a parent or guardian. And another expectation is that students follow the school rules in regards to mobile phones, ensuring that they are handed into the office each morning. And now I'm going to talk about the Walker learning approach. So the Walker learning approach is basically how we structure our day and how we structure our classrooms. In the junior school, the main aspect of Walker learning is investigations and play-based learning. And then in the senior school, we follow an inquiry learning approach. Within the inquiry learning approach, we cover different topics throughout the year. So the topic for term 1 is civics and citizenship, with a focus on health, knowledge and promotion, which you may have heard from your children so far this term. In term 2, we focus on science, then Australian history and design and technology. Within the inquiry learning model, students are taught the content within the topic throughout our inquiry learning intentions before linking their interests and producing an ERP. The ERP is the student's educational research project. And after the completion of their project, they share their learning with their peers and teachers, as well as staff and students from across the school at the end of the term at our end of term expo. When possible and when allowed, parents are also invited to the expo so that they can learn a little bit about what their children are learning throughout the term. Inquiry learning allows students to have ownership and choice within their learning, which we think leads to higher levels of engagement. And we find that our students produce a really great quality of work. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mr. Bacon, a teacher in 6D, and going to talk to you about Year 6 sport and incursions. So Friday mornings, each week, we have our grade 6 sport, and it's the first 2 sessions, 1 and 2. This is part of the physical education curriculum, where students get to choose a sport of their choice to participate in for the semester. This semester, we're focusing on t-ball, soccer, netball, badminton, and cricket. So we tend to focus on skill development and overall physical activity. So with this, they will be competing with other schools in the area. And this also includes a all-day Lightning Premiership. For permission forms and payments are usually $5 to $8, and these are to cover the bus transportation for the away games and Lightning Premiership. For semester 2, there will be a new list of sports for the students to choose from. So it is an expectation that all students participate. Excursion details are communicated through email, and majority of the payments and forms can be completed online through QKR. There are also hard copies of the forms in the grade 6 classrooms as well as at the office. Year 7 transition. So it's an important year for our students as they begin to transition into secondary schools. At this point, families should be starting to research secondary schools that they wish to apply for. So many of the public schools in our area are zoned and will only allow students who live within the school's zone. There are exceptions for siblings that already attend the secondary school, as well as for special academic and sports programs. There will be more information on this available in term 2, but if you have any questions, please inform the grade 6 teachers. If you need any teacher references for applications into special programs, please allow teachers a few days to complete these. Thank you.
Hi everyone, Liam Flanagan, the teacher from 6B, back again. Unfortunately, Erin Squires, the teacher within 6E, was unable to participate in our recording today. So I'm going to be talking to you about Woorabinda Camp and how you can help your child with their learning. So we had originally planned to have a camp taking place within the city during term 2, but given the circumstances and the high population density in the city, we've made the decision to move to Woorabinda Camp in term 4. Woorabinda Camp is the camp that our year 6 students were due to take part in last year when they were in year 5, but were unable to do so. So the Woorabinda Camp is an excellent camp. It's a government residential school located on the shores of Lake Narracan in the Latrobe Valley. And because it's a government school camp, it's staffed by VIT registered and qualified Department of Education teachers. So the staff that run the camp are all fully qualified teachers, which is a real positive, and they're very knowledgeable and they're great at what they do. The camp runs programs that include environmental studies, sustainable practice, team building initiatives, and some challenging adventure activities as well. All of the programs that the students complete throughout the week are really, really engaging and fun. And it's a wonderful camp for the kids because it really challenges them to step outside their comfort zone. The food on the camp is excellent, and they do cater towards all dietary requirements. Participation in Year 6 camp is an expectation, but it's also a really exciting opportunity for our students, and we think that it's going to be a great way for all of our Year 6s to celebrate coming towards the end of their years in primary school. So we're really looking forward to Year 6 camp, and if you could also talk about that with your children and really talk about it in a positive way and get them excited about that, we would appreciate it. Now, lastly, I'd like to talk to you about how you can support your child's learning at home. So one of the most important things that you can do is to demonstrate a positive attitude towards school and a positive attitude towards learning and education. One way that you can do this is by asking your child about what they are learning in school and what they're enjoying learning. That might be the things that they're learning within their classroom, or it might be what they're learning within a specialist area. When you show an interest, it helps them to develop a positive attitude towards their learning at school. Another thing that you can do is encouraging those good homework practices that we've spoken about, providing support when needed, but also encouraging them to work with independence when possible. We encourage children at school to take responsibility for their own learning, and you can help them to do the same thing at home by helping them to set up some good routines and practices. And lastly, it's really important that you monitor your child's use of technology at home for entertainment purposes. That might be their time that they're spending watching TV, playing video games, or using a mobile phone or tablet for entertainment. It's really important that your child is getting a good night's sleep, and having a device in the bedroom that is waking them up throughout the night can be a real hindrance and can have a negative impact on their learning at school the next day. All right, thank you for watching our Partners in Learning information video. If you have any questions about Year 6 in Lyndhurst Primary School, you'll be able to ask those within your group Zoom following the video. And if you have any specific questions relating towards your child, you can contact your child's teacher via the school office, either by calling the office or by sending an email, and they'll pass those details on to us. Thank you.